explains the other one that says similar, meaning exactly. That's upon exactly what I and my companions are upon today. Sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam wa radiyallahu anhum. فَالَّذِي يُرِيدُ النَّجَاةَ ويريد أن ينجو من النار وأن يسلم منها عليه أن يلحظ معتقد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بعين بصيرته وبعين الرعاية والاهتمام وأن يعلم أن ذلك هو الذي من أجله خلقه الله فيحصل ذلك الأمر ويبذل فيه الجهد والوسع ولا يتكاسل في تحصيل معتقد أهل السنة لأنهم هم الفرقة الناجية الذين لا تمسهم النار لأنهم على معتقد النبي المختار وصحابته الأخيار. So the Shaykh says, so for the one who wants success, and the one who wants salvation from the hellfire, and the one who wants to be completely safe from the fire, then it's upon him to pay attention to the Aqidah of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and to look at it with the eye of insight, and to look at it with a great amount of importance and care. And it's upon him to know that this Aqidah is the reason that Allah created him. So it's upon him to acquire this Aqidah and put forth his utmost effort in learning it, and to not be lazy in learning and acquiring and implementing the Aqidah of Ahlus Sunnah. That's because they are the saved sect, that the hellfire will not touch them. That's because they're upon the Aqidah of the chosen Prophet ﷺ and his great companions radiallahu anhum. وهؤلاء قال فيهم النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إنهم ظاهرون لا يغلبون والظهور هنا بمعنى النصر. قال الله تعالى فأيدنا الذين آمنوا على عدوهم فأصبحوا ظاهرين يعني فأصبحوا منتصرين. And these people from the saved sect, the Prophet ﷺ said that indeed they are victorious and they won't be defeated. And the meaning of victory here means that they will be assisted by Allah. Allah Ta'ala, He mentions in Surah As-Saff, Ayah 14, Surah As-Saff, Ayah 14, فَأَيَّدَنَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا عَلَىٰ عَدُوِّهِمْ. So we assisted, meaning Allah, so we assisted those who believe over their enemies, فَأَصْبَحُوا ظَاهِرِينَ. So they became victorious. وقال الله تعالى وقال الله تبارك وتعالى وَإِنَّ جُندَنَا لَهُمُ الْغَالِبُونَ. And Allah Ta'ala, He says in Surah As-Safat, Ayah 173, Allah Ta'ala, He says, indeed, our army, they are the ones who are victorious. فَهُمْ غَالِبُونَ بِالسَّيْفِ وَالسِّنَانِ وَالسِّنَانِ هُمُ الرُّمْحِ وَغَالِبُونَ بِالْحُجَّةِ وَالْبُرْهَانِ وَهَؤُلَاء فِرْقَةٌ وَاحِدَةٌ لَا تَتَعَدَّدْ وَلِذَلِكَ سُمُّوا بِالْجَمَاعَةِ فَمَاذَا بَعْدَ الْحَقِّ إِلَّا الضَّلَالِ. Says, so Ahlul Sunnati wal Jama'ah, they are victorious with the sword and the spear, and they are victorious with the proof and the evidence. And this group, Ahlul Sunnati wal Jama'ah, is one group, and at no point is it multiple groups and factions. Ahlul Sunnah is one group. Al-Firqatul Najiyah is one group, the same group. Ahlul Sunnah, Al-Ta'ifatul Mansura is one group. These three names are three names for one group. It does not at any point become multiple groups. And for this reason, it's called Al-Jama'ah, Ahlul Sunnah. All of this is Ahlul Sunnati wal Jama'ah. So what is there after the truth except for misguidance? For someone else to go and be a part of another Jama'ah. Say he's going to be part of Tablighi Jama'ah. Where'd you get that from? That's another group, a separate group with a whole other Aqidah Minhaj. Rather, be part of the Jama'ah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Be upon his Aqidah, be upon his Minhaj and the way of his companions, radiallahu anhum. Not part of another group. لَيْسَ لَهُمْ إِسْمٌ, and this is important also, from what distinguishes Ahlul Sunnah. لَيْسَ لَهُمْ إِسْمٌ يُعْرَفُونَ بِهِ سِوَى الْإِسْلَامِ وَالسُّنَّةِ وَمَا دَلَّ عَلَيْهِمَا مِنَ الْأَلْفَاظِ. There is no name for the people of the Sunnah except for Islam and Sunnah. And what points to Islam and Sunnah from other names and titles? Every name and title that is upon the people of the Sunnah points back to Islam, and it points back to a Sunnah. You have Ahlul Sunnah, Ahlul Hadith, Ahlul Athar, Salafiyun, Ahlul Minhaj An-Nubuwah. All of these names go back to Al-Islam and Sunnah. قال الإمام مالك رحمه الله تعالى أهل السنة ليس لهم لقب يعرفون به لا جهمي ولا قدري ولا رافضي ولا شيعي ولكن أهل السنة. Imam Malik rahimahullah ta'ala, he said, Ahlul Sunnah, they have no nickname that they are known by. Ahlul Sunnah, they have no nickname that they are known by. A Sunni is not Jahmi, he's not Qadari, he's not Rafidi, he's not Shi'i, rather he's from Ahlul Sunnah. That's important. So if a person has a laqab, he has a nickname, he has a title that he's going under, that does not go back to Islam and Sunnah, then this is not from the way of Ahlul Sunnah. If a person says he's Tablighi, then this doesn't go back to Ahlul Sunnah. It goes back to the one who created that particular sect. Or if he says he's Ikhwani, then that doesn't go back to Islam and Sunnah. It goes back to whoever came up with that particular deviant sect. So it's important to understand that if a person says he's Sunni, then this goes back to Al-Islam or Sunnah. If a person says he's Salafi, then this goes back to the Salaf. It goes back to the righteous people that preceded him, and from the head of them is the Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this name goes back to Tawheed and Sunnah. But if he says he's Jahmi, or he's Qadari, or he's Rafidi, or Shi'i, or Ikhwani, or Tablighi, then this person is not from Ahlul Sunnah, because he has adopted for himself a nickname that does not go back to Islam and it does not go back to Sunnah. وَسُئِلَ رَحِمَهُ اللَّهُ عَنِ السُّنَّةِ, meaning Imam Malik, فَقَالَ مَا لَسْمَ لَهُ سِوَى السُّنَّةِ. Imam Malik was asked, what is the Sunnah? So he responded, the Sunnah is what has no other name except the Sunnah. The Sunnah is what has no other name for it except Sunnah. And then the Shaykh explains, the Sunnah is what the Prophet ﷺ came with. وهو يعني رحمه الله أن أهل السنة ليس لهم اسم ينسبون إليه سواها لا ينسبون إلا إلى السنة فهم أتباع النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم حقا وصدقا. So Imam Malik, Shaykh Hussain Hafidhullah Ta'ala, explains what he means. Says the Shaykh, he intends that indeed Ahlul Sunnah, they have no other name that's ascribed for them except for the Sunnah. They're not ascribed to anything or attached to anything except the Sunnah. And they are the truthful and true followers of the Nabi, of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. عقيدة أهل السنة التي هي عقيدة الفرقة الناجية التي هي عقيدة محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ومعتقده هي عقيدة أصحابه وهي عقيدة أصحابه الأخيار الأطهار رضي الله عنهم. The creed of Ahlul Sunnah is the creed of the saved sect, which is the creed of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is the creed of his companions رضي الله عنهم. هذه العقيدة ينبغي أن يلتفت الإنسان إليه التفاتا صحيحا وأن يتعلمها وأن يذاكرها أن يطالب نفسه بأن يأتي بها بعد معرفتها لأنها مناط نجاحه ومناط فلاحه في الدنيا والآخرة. The Shaykh says, Hafidhullah Ta'ala, this aqidah, it's important that the human being looks at this aqidah in the correct way, and that he learns it, and that he reviews it, and that he places it upon himself to be able to bring it forth from his heart, by heart, after learning it. Because this aqidah is the reason for him to be saved in the hereafter, and the reason for him to be successful in this life and the next life. So the Shaykh mentions it's important. It's important for every Muslim to take a strong and correct look at the aqidah, and then he learns the aqidah of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he learns it, and then he studies it, and that he pushes himself to the point that he's able to recite it by heart after learning it, because this is the reason for him to be successful and safe in this life and the next. وإذا لم يتعلم المعتقد الصحيح الذي ينجي من النار ومن المؤاخذة في الآخرة وإذا لم يعتقد اعتقاد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فلا شك أنه على باطل وعلى ضلال. So a person can ask, so what would happen if a person would not pay any attention or not pay enough attention to the correct aqidah and learning it? What would happen if a person doesn't pay any attention to learning the correct aqidah? The Shaykh says, so if the person doesn't learn the correct aqidah, that will rescue him from the hellfire, and that will protect him from being punished in the hereafter. If he does not believe with the belief system of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then it's no doubt that he's upon falsehood and he's upon misguidance. So the one who does not learn the correct aqidah, it's an absolute must that he be upon falsehood. It's an absolute must that he be upon an aqidah that opposes the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. والنبي صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم أرسله الله رب العالمين من أجل أن يوحد الناس في الأرض ربهم جل وعلا فكان لابد من معرفة هذا الأمر الكبير الذي لأجله خلق الله رب العالمين الخلق. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was sent by Allah, the Lord of everything that exists, in order for the people on the earth to worship their one Lord Jalla wa'ala. So it's an absolute must that this affair be known, this aqidah. It's an absolute must that this aqidah be known and it be learned and it be implemented and actualized, because it is the reason that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the creation. And ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us from Ahlus Sunnah, inwardly and outwardly, and to give us understanding and implementation of the correct aqidah that will be a salvation for us in the hereafter. Ameen. And again, we say to the brothers who are incarcerated, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And we ask Allah tabarak wa ta'ala to make your affairs easy and to increase you in good and to make you people who are sources of guidance for the people around you who are in the darkness of kufr and who are in the darkness of shirk and who are in the darkness of being ignorant. And may Allah help you brothers to implement what it is that you learn. And may Allah bless you to continue to be upon al-Islam. And may Allah give us all a good ending. Ameen. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.